Thomas charging through the midfield. Thomas, it's up for grabs now. Thomas, right at the end.
Hello, you are listening to It's Up for Grabs Now. This is the Arsenal podcast. I'm Alan Davis. With me, I have Keith Dover this week is here.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Keith has been an Arsenal fan since 1887.
I certainly have. I can remember when Spurs fans were covered in woad. Because it's only been a recent thing since they started wearing clothes. You know that.
Painted their face blue, I heard.
What's woad?
What is woad?
Woad, it's what ancient Britons used to. It was a dye.
What is it?
It's
is
a
it
dye.
Oh,
It's
right,
blue
okay.
dye.
It's a type of a dye.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Is it W-O-D-E or...
W-O-A-D, yeah, woad, yeah.
W-O-A-D.
Well, anyway, you know, that's
WD
basically what they used to wear.
WD-40.
The whole clothes thing is
Did
new to
Spurs exist in 1887?
Oh, yeah.
Were they? Was it our Spurs fan? 1882.
Well, when we moved over...
Oh, they started 4 years before us.
They did.
So
Yeah.
despite that head start, they really...
Yeah, but we taught them how to use cutlery, electricity, how to tie their boots up. I mean, it was like sort of a higher intelligence going to a lesser race of people. You know, and then they turned on us. You know, that was the thing. They did. They turned on. We showed them. Like, we gave them technology, everything.
Should we
showed
leave
them
him
the
be?
wheel.
Also with me is Ian Stone.
Hello, Alan.
He's the voice of reason.
Well,
today.
we'll see. Yes, possibly.
He's only been a fan since 1904,
1904.
so he does bow down to Keith.
Didn't see any woad. By the time I turned up, the woad was
Have you thawed out from Saturday? Was it
That's the
Saturday we
coldest-
played?
Saturday. It was the coldest I've
Against
ever been.
Everton? I have never been so cold in
coldest
my
I've
life.
ever been. It's ridiculous.
What the hell was going on in that stadium? Why 400 million quid? No roof.
Yeah.
No
No
roof.
roof.
Yeah, well, that's another 100 million.
Not
isn't
even
it?
like a canvas awning or something over it.
Do you think that would have kept us warm?
An awning. Can't we have an awning? I have never been... The snow was going round and round in a circle in front of me.
And there was icicles dropping from the roof
No,
onto
you made that
What
up.
about
No,
when,
there was. There
You
was.
made that
An
up.
icicle fell like a spear.
Yeah.
And it went
An
through
aquatic
David Moyes
spear.
and he didn't feel
Feel
it.
it.
Feel it in the
That's how
cold.
hard David Moyes is.
He did look hard.
I've never seen him happier in my life. He was in his absolute element,
Yeah.
roving around his technical area, offering out the fourth official. I mean, quite often they point and shout at the fourth official because he is the brunt of all anger, isn't he? And he was just looking at him like he was going to deck him outside a pub in Glasgow.
He was offering us out at one point.
He
He's
was
scary.
he was in his element. He was clenching his
He was
fist.
happy.
He wanted to deck someone, and he knew because they were playing well. That's why they were playing really well. They were
Well,
snapping into the tackle.
They were tackling hard. I mean, I saw an Everton fan on Saturday night, right? And I says to him, I think you deserve to draw. And he went, oh, thanks. What game were you watching? And I said, the game I was watching was the game where the Arsenal
Well, we
half
got a
was...
really lucky equaliser in injury time.
Well, part of it, I said it was also the game where the Arsenal half was covered in snow because none of the match was taking place there.
No, that was because Wenger's very cleverly got the heating arranged so that the snow settles on the side of the pitch that he wants it to settle.
Well, they turned off the underheating on that side of the pitch. Turn it
Yeah,
off.
and he can make one half of the pitch undulate gently if he wants to, like a waterbed.
This whole thing... I'll let that... Do you know what? We'll let that one slide. Do you know that? By the way, that whole thing, the fact that we got Bolton cancelled last Wednesday because the undersoil heating was working and the pitch was playable, but the outside wasn't...
Which it wasn't, by the way, because I live 10 minutes from the ground. There was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, of course there wasn't
The
anything
only
wrong
trouble with it, the only reason we couldn't play against Bolton was because people couldn't get back to Stevenage.
You know what?
We've got to
I don't
stop
care.
people coming from Stevenage
Yeah.
to the Emirates in the first
Let's
place.
have some
Hang on,
locals.
don't get me started because I tuned into Talk Spy, right? And
Before you tell me about that, Keith, can you tell me what the attendance was against Bolton last
it
Wednesday?
was 60,000.
60,000
Yeah, I
official
know.
attendance.
I know. Then if us
It
go,
always
by the way.
is. You could stadium
The
announce.
attendance is always 60,000. They
Why
sold
can't-
60,000 tickets. And the attendance is 60,000.
Why can't Arsene Wenger get Islington sort of under soil heated, the whole borough? So you go across Holloway Road and it's a
There
nice
was nothing
balmy
wrong
15.
with it, though. They did a picture on the website of the Emirates Stadium taken from behind a pile of snow and made it look like the snow had nearly reached the roof. But if you look just in the corner of the picture, you can see the whole concourse, or the podium, as they like to call it, was completely clear.
Concourse?
There's
What,
nothing
round
wrong
the
with it.
round
The tubes were
stadium?
running. There were 100,000 Islington residents coming home from work. There were another 10,000 robbing them. It was a normal evening in the borough.
So it should have been played then.
Should have
Arsene
been played.
Wenger said we live in a risk-averse society. That's what he said.
Yeah, isn't his English good?
It's beautiful.
That's
Risk-averse.
really good. That's a second language.
It's almost patronising the way you said
And my face was taut like a tambourine at the end of the Everton game.
Talk.
Is
that right?
If I touched my face, it hurt. It physically hurt.
I was very
And
tough.
Leon Osman said he quite enjoyed it. But then
Please
he
from
was
the-
running
Oh,
around.
can we
Yes.
hand out
Yeah.
white feathers to Simon Clayton and Sean for not turning up Saturday because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
too cold?
Even though there were 60,000 people in the stadium.
You once missed a game against West Ham to watch a DVD. You are not in a position to hand out white feathers.
And what was the DVD, Keith?
I have
Was it
they've
Prime
never
Suspect?
let me
or-
forget this.
Was it Prime Suspect? Was it number 4 or something?
It was, no,
Mary
it was the
Poppins.
Shield. It was the Shield. You never let me forget this. Everybody else can miss it.
No, because you're always trying to dish out the white feathers
on
for people who don't turn
on
up.
DVD, Keith. You can watch that after the game.
Well, I was watching it with Gina Yashay, Ninja
Never mind.
Benjamin.
That doesn't matter. We're not
It's
interested.
not-
Just weren't at the game.
He's trying to
I
save
don't
it
care
for
who
me.
was there. It's incredibly boring.
It's not fair.
Now, Talk Sport.
Yeah, you got
wanted
a
to
bit
talk
upset.
about Talk Sport. I listen to Talk Sport.
Talk Sport.
Keith texted me. Oh, you listening to Talk Sport? I can hear him shouting through the text. What are they talking about? They're blaming Arsenal for the game being off. They're ridiculous. I hate them. So turn it off, Keith. Step away from the. He's going to break another radio. Another radio he broke.
Yeah.
Because he can't stand it. I did tune into it.
You did?
And it wound me up as well.
Wound
I
you
don't know
up?
what are you listening
No,
to.
well,
what were they
I'm not.
saying?
I'm
I
not
didn't hear
listening
it.
to it anymore.
Someone called Adrian Durham.
Yeah.
And Darren Goff.
Dumb and Dumber.
Who's a cricketer who used to play for Essex. So I've got a bit of time for him.
Dancer.
They were saying that Arsenal called the game off because they didn't fancy
You
playing
play.
Bolton in
Yeah,
the
like
snow.
Wenger and the team get together.
Is
Oh,
that what they said?
Yeah, because North London is always sun-kissed, so we can't play in the snow.
So then they were saying, then they got onto the fact that it was actually called off because they didn't have enough stewards or something, and the police didn't give them.
The stewards can't get in. That's
Stewards
what it
couldn't be
is.
bothered to get in
Because they'll come from
they're all so
Stevenage as well.
They are really fat, our stewards, aren't they?
They're fatter.
We have got the fattest stewards in the Premier League.
I think Bolton have fatter stewards, actually.
Do they?
Yeah, apparently. I know, I just made that up.
Well, they just-
No, what's it? What's the league table of fat?
Stewards on our side of the ground are massive.
They're huge.
They
They
are
are big.
massive. There's some of them, those are the ones outside the ground. Inside the ground, they're less fat, but the ones outside obviously can't get in the ground because they're enormous.
My dad used to be a steward down here.
Yeah, he's not fat enough now, though. Is
No, he's not. He was no.
He lost weight. as
He
time
lost
went
weight,
on.
they went, "You
He said,
gotta go."
Look,
So
I'll
they're
let you go.
saying, oh, they can't. And then it got onto the fact there was a health and safety issue, and they said, oh, well, people, what happens if someone falls over on their way to the ground?
Well, they'll fall over and they'll get up.
And then Darren Goff goes, oh, they're going to sue God. Are they going to sue God? Because it's God what made it snow.
But he keeps going, it's
He
a
said that on the
disgrace.
radio.
It's God what made it
On
snow.
the radio, broadcast in a kind of professional capacity, a
Yeah.
paid capacity as a broadcaster.
Right.
He announced that God made it snow.
Okay.
And if you slip over in the snow, you've got to try and sue God, and good luck with that, basically.
Well, God made you slip over as well then, I'm
yeah,
assuming.
God's, yeah.
He's giving you a little shove when you weren't looking.
God, he made you choose your shoes.
Luckily, God got us the deflections for the 2 goals on
Oh, we
Saturday
needed
as well.
that.
Yeah. God's
Yeah.
got it in for Lucas Neal, but then who hasn't?
Who hasn't? He's horrible.
No,
Yeah.
I want Durham and Goff put in a cage outside the Emirates and we can poke them with a stick. Anyway, we paid the Bolton fans the cost of the fare down. Didn't
The
it?
official ones. What about the unofficial
Well,
ones?
they only come down in a horse and cart anyway, so it couldn't have cost that much. would it?
And then Wenger said, that they were talking about Wenger's transfer policy, right? And Wenger said apparently that if you buy a 21-year-old, he'll be better the following year when he's 22 and you'll improve. If you buy a 33-year-old, he won't be so good the following year. He'll be 34, he'll be in decline.
Right.
So they go back to Darren Goff and it's just, right, what's he saying then? 34-year-olds are good for nothing. Absolute codswallop.
Is that what you were saying?
That's what he said.
Oh, it's Talk Sport. Why do you
You wanna
listen to
ring
this
in and go,
I'm
rubbish?
not. I'm stopped now. This is it. I want every podcaster to know I've stopped listening to Talk Spite. That's it. Finished.
Yeah.
What-
They've crossed the line.
What are you
with
going
me.
to listen to? Can I have Radio 4? Because that's got a PLO all over it, hasn't it? We don't
Smooth.
want that. Smooth
You're
radio.
going to listen to Smooth Radio.
Smooth radio. Now that's.
It doesn't suit you. I don't know. I can't get my head
I
around
need
you.
something to calm me
Calm
down.
you
don't
down.
I?
Yeah, whale noises.
You
mate.
should have said I was actually pacing up and down.
Were
I
you?
actually phoned in and I said, "Do you know that the police called it off?" And they went, "Yeah, we know that." I said, "Well, why don't you say that then?"
How did you know, by the way?
Because Alan texted me. He
Oh,
said,
right.
"Police have called it off."
Have you got a hotline to the
No,
police?
I made it up.
All right. Just to calm him down. It was nothing to do with Talk Sport. All right.
Keith also texted me in the week about Tayo. Tayo's not here today.
Gone snowboarding.
He's gone snowboarding.
No, he could have
He
stayed
could've
here.
stayed
couldn't he?
here.
It's hilarious. That is funny.
He says, "Hail, fellows, well, mate." That's not what he meant.
How? That's not quite right, is it?
I'm writing this from a chalet in Val Thorens or whatever.
Oh, never knew what he's up to.
You know, chalet in Val Dunican. That's where
Is
it'll
it
be.
brunch first or yoga?
Oh, he'll be in bed with 2 Fraulines either side of him, lucky sod.
That's German.
If you 2 Fraulines either side of him.
He has 4. 4. That's
No, that's
true.
4.
That's 4. And Teo.
That's 4 for all 9, so you won't be able to handle that. If you get as far as reading that, then that's progress from night. It's so tedious. Oh yeah, please make sure you get Mad Dog Dover started on Talk Spite. Well,
Yeah, done that. Done that.
Don't start again. Don't
Leave it,
start
leave it.
again.
Let
You've
it
had your go. Who are you going to sue?
with me.
Who are you going to sue? God. Sue God then.
Don't see.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. P.S. Go easy on me. What a twat.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's not here. Someone sent me a message saying not only do they think Samia Nasri is a lesbian, they also think Pat Rice is a lesbian. Now, I don't agree. I mean, Nasri, I can see it.
Yeah.
Nasri looks like an unmade-up girl. And he has got that sort of slightly lesbian haircut. And he does look a bit like a lesbian. But Pat Rice, he's not a lesbian.
I don't see that.
I don't see that.
Unless you're going down the full Bulldyke mode here, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
That's a long one.
An elderly bulldyke with a knee problem.
Oh, That's-
Whistling to the lesbians warming up.
gets me going.
You're on. Now,
yeah.
how comes we were talking about Sammy Nasri being a
A
lesbian?
lot of people think he's a lesbian.
Just because he went to the ballet and Waitrose.
Yeah, because he's got an
That's it.
incredibly beautiful girlfriend, right? And he's obviously a beard.
That doesn't make him lesbian. That makes him lucky. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, no, I just wanted to clear up that we don't think
That Sammy Nasri.
Pat Rice is a lesbian, but we are open to the idea that Samia Nasri might be a lesbian.
Or what other Arsenal players could possibly be a lesbian. That'd be-
Yeah, right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francis
Philip
Drake.
Senderos.
Francis Drake played well on Saturday. I thought turned it round a little bit.
Did all right. They didn't play great, though, did they, Saturday?
Aaron Ramsey was getting kicked all over the place.
But he was getting tackled.
He doesn't have the force field that Fabregas has around him.
He can't find the space that Fabric. Then no one can.
And
No one.
Alex Song missing there as well. So
Yeah, big
slightly.
difference
So
that
suddenly
made,
Leon
yeah.
Osman and Pinar are snapping into tackles.
They played well, Everton. They played very. You know what?
did play-
You look at Fellaini and Osman and
I
Pienaar.
don't like looking at Fellaini. He's absolutely hideous. He's like
enormous,
a freak show.
though. He's enormous. There's the hair.
What's
the
wrong with
hair.
his head? His head looks like it's been folded inside out, like a cardboard box has been trodden on. And then it's like that.
Traore struggled a bit, didn't he? Which is-
Traore had a bit of a mare.
Yeah, which is a
Actually.
shame.
Oh,
'cause
they
he's been
slaughtered
all-
him on Match of the Day.
They did. Hansen was having a go. And,
Yeah, they
Lineker.
tried to backpedal afterwards, and they realised he's only about 12.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
actually
they-
a kickboxer.
They felt,
Yeah.
he felt bad. They heard about the knuckle duster. He did have, but they were aiming for him. They were really sort of aiming.
Well, he gets caught out of position, doesn't he? But it's not really his fault. For their second goal, our entire team, apart from Almunia, was in their half.
What,
Sort of
about 10
everyone
yards?
was in their
10
half.
yards in their
well
half.
in their half.
Yeah.
Traore was the last man, and he was 10 yards in their half. So Pinar had 3 yards head start. He hadn't even crossed the halfway line. Now, how's that come about? Where's Gallas? Where's Vermeulen? Where's Sanya?
Well, Rosicky gave the ball away as well. I mean,
yeah,
he should have
but
done
never
that.
mind all that. Where's all the defenders? All of the defenders.
Yeah,
What you
where
said,
were they?
Who's
Exactly,
the
yeah.
last man? And they were talking about it on Match of the Day. They said, "Who's the last man?"
Who's
Nobody
the
wants.
last man?
Nobody
Someone's
wants
got to be the last man.
Almunia.
Almunia.
was in
And then
fact the
Pinar
last
said,
man.
I was quite lucky. Almunia went on his knees. I thought, oh, God.
Yeah.
I know
don't-
you
don't like-
love Almunia.
I don't love Almunia. I just don't
If
hate
he
him
just
as much
stood
as
up then, that would have hit me in the face.
Yeah, well, of course, but you know what? He had to make a decision.
He's a-
Stand up, you idiots! Get off your knees!
He wasn't
You
happy.
heard me?
Alan was not happy with Almunia.
Especially when he ran out.
We ran out, he nearly killed Traore. He nearly killed one of his own players. I've never seen it. He came out, it was like being hit by a mini Metro.
Why didn't they show
No,
that
not a
on
mini
Match of the
Metro, it
Day?
was Seat Ibiza.
That's more accurate in
Yeah.
a sense. Yeah,
And
but
it wasn't,
make a
wasn't
great
exactly
save.
a dive for the first goal. I mean, it's sort of like he went half-hearted and then, I'll stop because
You
there's
can't
someone on the
blame him for
line.
the first
Oh,
goal.
he wasn't exactly cat-like, was he? He was like, oh,
He
there's
made a
someone
great
on the
save.
line, they'll do it.
Sorry,
oh, no,
I'm going to have to
he's
defend him
coming.
here. He made a great save for that
So
James
it
Vaughan.
was just a save. It wasn't a great save.
got in the way.
It was a lame finish. That's his job.
Yeah, well, he did his job. He did his job.
He didn't do his job at the other one. He knelt down.
Oh, you know what? It was a good finish. I've got to get. You know
Well,
what?
then, so the
Peanut.
next time he thinks, right, I'm going to come out this time. And can Traore get to the ball, knocks it away, and then he just laid into him.
He did
Knocked him out.
smash Traore. That's true. Yeah.
They didn't show that on Match of the Day, did they? And we had a chance right at the end where we actually could have nicked him, which would have been daylight robbery.
Yeah.
They didn't show that highlight, and they didn't show Almunia running out.
Do you know what? It looked a much better game on Match of the Day than it did.
It did,
when we were
didn't
there.
it? Yeah.
They were going, it's a cracking game. I'm thinking, really?
There's a lot less snow as well, I noticed.
There was
on
a
the telly.
tremendous amount less snow. There was
The
huge
the
amounts
snow
when we were
didn't
there.
seem to read on the cameras. From where I was sitting, I couldn't really see anything.
We had a job seeing the
Because I
ball at
was
one
crying
point.
my eyes out. I was so cold.
It was
And I had a
ridiculous
face like a tambourine. My
Mr.
whole head was
Tambourine Man.
rattling in a sort of tambourine way.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one had any hip flasks. Normally, you're all sitting around me getting drunk, and I'm trying to hold you off. And no, I don't want a hip flask.
He had a hip flask.
I had a hip flask.
I didn't get any.
Well, you never asked
never
for
asked
it,
for
do
it.
you?
I couldn't
Every
speak.
time we offered it to you, you go, I don't want
You
it.
used to just scorn us, you alcoholics.
You always scorn the hip
Alan's-
flask.
I was on the verge of ringing for a St Bernard.
Alan's on a bit of a detox at the moment, so he's not interested in the hip
Yeah, do you know,
flask.
I'm having pomegranate juice. If you think this podcast is a bit
It's a
subdued,
bit middle class.
you're not bloody
subdued.
wrong.
He squeezed his own pomegranates. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I've bought you a present today.
Oh, yeah.
I bought you a present I got off eBay.
What is it? A sex toy or something?
No, it's not a sex toy. I don't go to eBay for sex toys.
Oh, okay.
I go to Adult World on Essex Road.
What's this? Oh my goodness me! Winter slag against Arsenal. I was there, you know.
I know
was
you were there.
That's why I got it.
That's why I bought
I
it.
know. Winter slag against Arsenal.
It's
Oh,
a match day
fantastic.
programme from the UEFA Cup side between Winterslag and
1981.
Belgium in 1981.
I went to the.
I got it on the internet, and and I can only describe. Maybe we should photograph it for the website. I can only really describe the typeface inside, which is a bit like the Parish News in layout.
It does actually look like a
It's what's funny about this, right? They've got various little sort of bits and pieces about Arsenal. Most cap player, Pat Rice, Northern Ireland. It says.
Most cap lesbian.
And most cap lesbian. It also says managers since the war. It's
Since
like
the war.
like the pre-war managers. I mean, that includes Herbert Chapman. By
That
the
would
way.
have been the only information that Arsenal supplied them with.
Yeah, capacity 60,000. We've done that. Highest score in the season, Ted Drake.
Did you
Record
go-
victory. Do you know what the record victory is?
Yeah, it's against Loughborough.
It is
12-0.
12-0. Yeah.
Come on, where were you, Dover?
Did you go to-
And you were at that
He
game.
was at that game.
I
1900.
I went to the return leg because we were losing. I'm shouting out, they're coal miners.
No, the
They've got-
Loughborough game I'm talking
Oh, the
about.
Loughborough
Oh,
game.
you were shouting out their coal
They're
miners.
coal miners. They've got asbestosis. They can't. So I'm on the North Bank, I was screaming, they can't breathe, and we're losing.
I was at that game
That's
as well.
a lovely.
I was at that game where we lost away in Winterslag, who are a Belgian coal mining team,
Look at some of the
2-1,
players.
and we beat them 1-0 at Highbury and
did.
lost
Went out.
on away goals, and we had thought that it was the easiest possible draw. And in
But we
those
did.
days, every time there was a European competition, an English team would win it. wouldn't
Yeah.
they? Every year they would win it. Ipswich won it the year before.
But we weren't going to win it with a team containing players like John Hawley. Remember him?
Oh, God.
He's here, John
He's a
Hawley.
steward now.
Big
Big fat bloke in an orange coat.
he hasn't gained any weight at all. has he?
No, he's slimmed down.
Slimmed down a bit to become a steward. There's a few here. I tell you, the other one I remember was Raphael Mead.
Raphael Mead.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the other one, and there's one here, Paul Vasson. Remember him?
Ah,
Possibly the
Paul
worst. He was
Vasson, yeah.
Terrible.
He
He did
passed
score the
away.
winning goal.
He's
against
passed
It's
away.
Juve.
R.I.P.
He
Yeah,
scored the
that's
winning
right.
goal.
But
against
he did
R.I.P.
score a winning goal in a Cup semi-final.
Yes.
Yeah,
Happy
we'll take
days.
that. We'll take that. So thank you for that, Alan. That's very
all right.
nice.
No, it's good. Now that is for that's for people who are over 40 supporting Arsenal. Meanwhile, back in the 21st century,
Yeah.
I'd like to go to a regular feature. Who is Tinkerbell?
Oh, who could it possibly be?
The Arsenal charity this season, of course, is the Great Ormond Street Hospital charity. Do donate to them. I are asking Arsenal players every week questions about Peter Pan, because all proceeds in Peter Pan, of course, go to that hospital. And one of the questions is, Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who is the team Tinkerbell? Now, they asked that question of Alex Song.
Who's that? Alex Song,
Who's
right?
contender for Player of the Season at the Emirates this season. And he says, Emmanuel Eboué.
Yeah.
I love him.
Well, great. That's nice.
He's always doing something to make us laugh. Feigning injury is normally what he's doing to make him laugh. So that's Alex Song. And from the game against Everton, I haven't actually looked in this programme because my hands were so cold I couldn't open it
Yeah.
on Saturday. It's Aaron Ramsey.
Is the
Aaron
team
Ramsey.
Tinkerbell? Oh, right.
He says Tinkerbell. There's the answer. Oh, yeah. Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who is the team Tinkerbell? Emmanuel
Eboué.
Eboué. He likes to laugh lots and is always lively. But I'll try and do that in a Welsh accent. He likes to laugh lots, so he's lively and bubbly.
Land of his fathers. So he's Davis.
Just slipped in there, didn't it? Yeah,
It was like being in the valley. I felt like I was-
Emmanuel Eboué. Emmanuel.
So
I
you're
watched
watching
the Africa Cup of Nations. You have to call it the
African
Africa
Cup
Cup of
of
Nations.
Nations.
Yeah, sorry about saying that Angola was war torn and
Oh,
then getting
Christ.
slagged
Oh,
off by
Johnny,
Tayo,
yeah,
and then
well,
it turns
exactly.
out they are a little bit.
Well, I didn't know that they built a stadium in a little enclave that was terrorised by separatists.
Yeah.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to have a World Cup in
Flag.
Russia, you wouldn't have a Chechnya stadium, would you? I mean, you just wouldn't. It would be stupid. Grozny for the group games.
Well, it's going to be held in Somalia for the next tournament.
No, Iraq and Iran are doing a co-bid for the next World Cup. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm going to base myself in Basra.
Phil Brown, by the way, what an idiot. Phil Brown going...
No, come on.
Just generally.
Just generally. He's going on about the African Nation Cup. He goes, I want my players home. I'm thinking,
No,
they're African. They are home, you idiot. They don't come from blooming Hull, do
Can
they,
I
you
just say to
prick?
the guy who sent
Come home,
in-
boys. Come home. Come home to Humberside.
Can I just say...
Honestly,
do
Bolton,
you
the other one, Bolton, the Phil Gartsiders, they're like slave traders. I paid £4 million for that black person. I don't want him hurt out there. It's outrageous.
It is outrageous, but at the same time, I felt a bit sorry for Eboué and Song, who are out, the two Arsenal players who are out there. And Wenger said, no,
No,
we
you
should
got to stay.
We shouldn't give in to terrorists.
Yeah.
They must stay out there.
Stay out there.
Oh, thanks a lot,
Not
Ross.
mate, yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Cheers, Arsenal.
Thanks very much. Give in to the terrorists, you mug. I'd rather play against Stoke in the cup.
Ibou could do a few tricks, maybe, just to
Hey,
sort of,
no one's
cheer
going
up
to
the
shoot
terrorists.
Eboué.
No, you can't.
He is the team trickster.
He's loved. He's loved by everyone.
Throughout football.
Tinkerbell-like character. You know?
He got fouled today. I was watching the game today between Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso.
And it was
And
0-0.
Ivory Coast, frankly, had all the play.
Yeah.
Burkina Faso, massive blokes.
Yeah.
Really quite big.
All under 16.
Really good. I thought, let's sign a couple of them.
Yeah,
just to
price
fill
on
in
that.
for Song while he's not there. And Eboué got fouled in the box and went over, and they didn't give it. And I feel like his reputation, perhaps it's Eboué's reputation, not just the fact that you just can't give Arsenal players a penalty under any circumstances.
No.
Under the Eduardo embargo, which is yet to be lifted.
Well, we
So
said
he can't
that-
have a penalty. But he was. I mean, he did his normal rolling around with his arm in the air. Like I've been shot in the leg. When normally there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
But he was fouled.
I think
He
it was-
wasn't actually shot in the leg, though, was he? Because,
He wasn't actually.
Eduardo would
That's
have to have
very
a severed
unfortunate.
head,
Slip
though,
of the
wouldn't
tongue.
It was slightly, yeah.
Eduardo would have to have a severed head before we get a penalty. Like Rosicky would have to hold Eduardo's head up to the referee and go, look, his head is
Head's off.
it's off.
That is definitely a penalty.
That's a
Stonewall
penalty. I need to go, no.
He went on a dribble against Everton, and he got fouled by Fellaini. Everyone gets fouled by. You go anywhere near Fellaini,
Fellaini, yeah.
he just knocks you over.
Even Moyes gets Fellaini.
So you got Fellaini knocks him, and then another player knocks him, and he flattened him. Actually, flattened him, and the ref just went play on.
The ref was doing play on quite a bit, though, wasn't he? He made
Yeah.
it flow.
He didn't want to stop running as he was freezing.
Freezing cold.
So it was. It's not a
Absolutely
stoppage.
freezing
We'll all
cold.
freeze to death. Yeah.
What happened to Danielson, by the way? I thought he had been
I thought he got shot. He just went boom.
And then I was watching the highlights after. Trevor Francis was commentating, and after that attack, Danielson went over. Everton had a breakaway, and that's when
Vaughan.
Almunia made his world-class
Amazing
save.
save. That's
Incredible.
right.
How did he get to that? How did he even see that bullet of a shot?
Gordon Banks eats
Never
a
mind,
heart
parry
out.
it away. It was like Banks and
Pele.
George Wood put
Yeah.
together.
He's in here. Winter slag, 81. Go on.
And then Tim Cahill knocked it out of play. Francis goes, oh, what good sportsmanship from Tim Cahill. Yeah, but Cahill was the one who picked it up. And Danielson suddenly went, and fell over with I don't know what was wrong with him.
What was wrong with him?
He says he's fine now. I don't know, I had a pain.
Well, we had Gallas as well, didn't we? Gallas
Yeah.
with his back for 10 seconds, and then Sylvester warms up, and you're going, oh, this is
Can I
good,
just
isn't
throw
it?
this one out? Have Everton resorted to voodoo? You know what I'm saying?
What, some
They-
chicken
They
on the
stuck a
touchline?
pin
It
in
might
a...
be.
Yeah,
Might
you
be
know.
a bit of juju.
Juju. Could happen. You know?
We need Teo.
Who's going to play in the holding role? Now, I've got a suggestion. Thomas Vermaelen in the holding role against Bolton and Stoke. Bring another centre-back in, don't mind. Sendros.
Have we
or
got a
Sylvester.
centre-back?
I think we got Sendros.
Who we got
still at the
left?
club. Or Sylvester. And put him in there. What do you think of that?
In a holding role.
In the holding role, front of the back four.
It's a specialist position, I feel, the holding role. I'm
Do
not
you?
so, yeah, I actually do.
I don't normally have these serious
No, we
conversations
don't. I'm
about
just-
football.
It's
If you're
getting a bit
asking-
serious now.
I remember my dad years ago used to say to me, Willie Young should play at centre forward. It sounds a little
What?
bit
Oh,
like
your
that.
dad's a lunatic.
I know. I'm not comparing you to my old man.
Oh, he's very good with his back to goal, Willie Young.
Willie Young, 6'2", eyes of blue. He's after you.
Wheelie's going to get you. Wheelie's going to get you.
From Ireland in the holding role, I don't know. Possibly.
Someone's got to go in there.
Yeah.
Or is it going to be Aaron Ramsey? It
Possibly
might be Aaron
we could
Ramsey.
leave it to Arsene Wenger to decide.
Do you think so?
I
Can
think
he be trusted?
ultimately, I have to say Arsene will.
Arsene
Will make that
decide.
decision. He has yet, put it this way, he's yet to be on to me about it.
Why don't you email him like the Scousers did to their director and see what kind
Tom
of
Hicks has
response?
been sacked. Tom
Yes,
Hicks has been
Junior.
sacked.
Tom Hicks Jr.
He's been sacked because he said "blow me" or something to
Yeah.
to a Liverpool
Yes,
fan.
a Liverpool fan. Yeah, which is perfectly
I think
fair
good
enough.
response in my,
Perfectly
you
fair
know.
enough.
Because we've been saying it to Liverpool fans ourselves for years.
Yes,
yeah.
And so far, none of them have actually emailed me. Although 2 of them did chase me all the way to Lime Street once.
There you go.
So perhaps that was the way they did things then. We are now. I can't believe this is happening to me, but I'm about to become an app on an iPhone. The Up for Grabs app will be available through our iPhone. What does this even mean? From the 12th of Jan, it's Up for Grabs now will be
tomorrow.
available for our own iPhone app. This means if you're an iPhone or iPod Touch user, you can get this podcast immediately without all the kerfuffle of going to iTunes, downloading it, then plugging in your iPhone, then syncing it, then waiting for it to transfer. You don't have to do that anymore. You just get the Up for Grabs app. It has all the latest Arsenal news from the BBC and other sources.
Other sources.
Yeah,
Well, who?
I don't know. Keith.
You'll be lucky.
I think that the Keith app.
It's going to
Very important.
No chance.
Keith will tell us why the game's actually called off.
A friend of mine has got a programme from the Bolton game that didn't take place.
Oh, that probably worth
that's
something.
gonna be
That's-
worth
So we
something.
think that might be worth something.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
£3?
We're going to do a... you can bid for it. We're going for Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is the charity of the season. You can bid for it on the Facebook page, I'm going to say. The Facebook page.
Have we got a Facebook?
Yeah, we had an Up for Grabs Facebook page. Highest bidder by next week.
I love
gets
the
the Bolton
photos.
programme. We will sign it and thereby devaluing it.
I love the photos fans send in. Have you seen the photos?
I saw the one. I said that I put on Twitter that 10 million quid for Patrick Vieira plus £2,000 for a mobility scooter, which I thought was
And then
quite-
somebody...
I thought that was quite witty for me.
And?
Someone did a very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Did quite a good Photoshop job of Vieira on a mobility scooter.
I
which is quite funny.
I love the Phil Brown one somebody sent in with Holding a Space Hopper. That is superb. And the Spurs shop with some graffiti written on it. That was tops, mate.
Yeah,
I like that.
what's the graffiti? Is it
I can't read it out. Just have a look at it. You'll like it.
Was that,
It's
was
good.
that just an actual photo?
You like Vieira? You like Vieira at Man City? It's nice. It'd be nice to see him back at Emirates, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm
Well,
looking forward to him back.
Oh, yeah, get
Yeah,
good
just to be able to
reception.
sing the song again.
We'll
be
sing
nice.
the
We all
song,
love the
and
song.
then we'll go, oh, wow, how much are they giving him? Because he's
It's 150
he can't
grand
run
a week.
about, the bloke.
Well,
He-
Lee Dixon
He
said-
couldn't run about in 2005. That's why we sold him.
That's what Lee Dixon. They asked Lee Dixon. He said, "Well, I've been texting him all week, and he hasn't answered me text back." He says, "Mind you, he never spoke to me on the pitch." And then they said to him, "What do you think? You know, can he play?" And he goes, "No, his legs are gone." And Steve Claridge goes, "Well, no wonder he never spoke to you on the pitch." If you're saying things like that,
Yeah.
He
has got
Mourinho
one
wasn't
leg longer than the other.
Mourinho wasn't playing him, was he?
Sonny Montari was getting in the team ahead of him.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, so, but he has won 3 league titles.
What do you
He's
think
been
of the
away.
He knows how to
Arshavin
win.
interview with Lee Dixon? What do you think?
I didn't see it. You were talking about this, weren't you? The Arshavin interview.
No, I didn't see
Oh,
it.
Lee Dixon said to him, "What's it like living in London?" He says, "Oh, I can't park where I want," and he says, "I'm not used to having a bank account. We didn't have this." I'm thinking, I'm going to Russia now. It's
That's right.
fantastic.
You get paid in cash.
Just get paid in cash, like David Batty when he was at Leeds.
Yeah.
He refused to have a bank account, Batty.
Really?
Yeah, kept all his money under a mattress like Lester Piggott. Yeah, they had to pay him in cash. Every
That I
week.
never knew. I never knew that. David Batty, bless him.
They don't trust banks. Always. Everyone thought he was mental. Not anymore.
Do you know, I thought it was great about the Arsenal with the Great Ormond Street stuff, which he did the other week. But where were all the other Premier League clubs? I bet they were all in casinos with Russian prostitutes. You know,
There you go.
just a conspiracy.
You know you just said that out loud, don't you? Once again with the prostitute fantasy.
Is this talking about your dreams, Keith?
You've got Tayo in a bed with 4 Frauleins, and then you've got
That's
every
the
other Premier
truth.
League player with a Russian prostitute.
Yeah, well, could happen.
Tell us about that dream that you had about Arsenal.
Oh, well, this
Because
is-
Tayo had a dream last week.
Yeah.
He came in and said, "I had a dream about Arsenal. We were playing Chelsea and we lost 3-0. So what sort of a dream is that? Wake yourself up if that's what you're dreaming.
Well,
Make a substitution, at least.
Bring on Cruyff and Maradona, you idiot. It's a dream.
well, my dream was is that I actually played for Arsenal reserves, right?
You were playing for the reserves. How brilliant.
But
What
this
a
is
lovely...
It's always aimed high, Keith. That's why I like him.
Reserves,
But this is the best
if
bit.
he plays well in his dream, he might get promoted to the first.
So I wake up, so I'm sort of half awake, half asleep, and then I'm trying to figure out. I'm thinking, actually, I did play. I come on, didn't I? I played against Watford. And then I'm thinking, hang on a minute, you never played against Watford, you were never in the Arsenal reserve, you work at Ford Motor Company. I'm thinking, I've got to cut down on the funny fags, I really have.
Who are you playing against?
Watford.
What position?
For the
were you
reserve?
Oh, that was right back.
Was it a home game?
Pat Rice.
Yeah, it was a home game, yeah, I came on.
Who else was in the team?
I think it was around about sort of 1982. Yeah, no, it was about 82.
All right, so who's playing?
So, quite John Hawley, quite like the Winterslag
This
11.
lot. John
This
Devine.
lot, yeah.
John Devine
Who
was
brought
in the team.
nothing but disgrace
But it's that sort
on the
of thing.
club in
So
1982.
I've woken up thinking, oh yeah, I played for Arsenal Reserve. Then I'm thinking, yeah, I actually played in a game. And then I'm thinking, no, you never played for Arsenal Reserves. You never played in a game. You're going mad.
Tyler said to me...
It didn't
Tyler
stop
said-
Coventry from signing
Tyler
me.
rang me up on Saturday night. He was watching football first, and he said that he was watching the Arsenal-Everton game of football first, and he said the effects mic was opened a bit too much, and you could hear the crowd, which is obviously always our favourite. And he
Get
heard-
off the pitch, you
and we were
Kentish Town
losing.
Mikey.
We're
should get
losing. I think we were
t-shirts for
2-1 down or something, and we're losing, and the snow's coming down, and everyone's it's freezing to death, and it's not looking good. And someone apparently stood up and said, "Do something special."
Yeah, fair enough.
Which is beautiful.
I think I heard
I
that.
think that was to Carlos Vela. Do something
Special.
special, Vela.
Yeah, he
Vela,
didn't look-
that was the most reluctant warm-up I've
Oh,
ever seen.
God, wasn't it just?
And Pat Rice sent him down a touchline to warm up, and he did that funny sort of straight-legged and straight-arm run, like a little kid being made to do PE outside that doesn't really want to do it. He is from Mexico, though.
Is it warm?
Mexico.
I've never been. It's
Allegedly,
warmer.
yeah.
Allegedly, it's warmer than here on Saturday. It was freezing.
What is it with the Premier League clubs that all the dugouts now seem to have car seats in for the managers?
Recaro
They look like
seats.
they've just gone down the local breakers yard, ripped out some seats from an old Renault and stuck them there, doesn't it? Every Premier
In your
League...
dream, when you're working at Dagenham Motors, did you bring the car seats down for the manager?
I actually fitted them into the ground. I had this dream that was actually...
Fitted the seats in the
fitting
first
the
half,
seats in
and then
the-
came on in the second.
Yeah.
Seats are done, go and get yourself
I
warmed
went,
up.
we're a player short. We need someone. Come on, get
The seat
on.
bloke, he'll do.
They do. Oh, and the...
Yeah, they do have car seats.
Yeah.
It's true. 'cause
Proper car seats. They're not like out of an old Fiesta like you would have put in.
Oh, I would have put that in, yeah. It's a
No,
nice-
but those
nice-
seats, if you're wide of hip,
Hip.
if you've got a bit of childbearing
You
hips
can't
or
call
something-
Wenger wide of hip.
I'm not
Joe.
saying, I'm not calling Wenger
Yeah,
wide of
it's
hip.
snake hips. He is.
Snake hip manager that we've got. Fingers. Yeah, Arsene Snake Hips Wenger, I think, is what he is from now on. Brilliant. He could wear leather trousers, couldn't he?
Oh, he
Arsene?
could, he could.
Because you can't carry off leather trousers.
No.
I'm not saying it again.
No, there's two issues with leather trousers, and hips is only one of them.
What's the other?
The other one is age, Ian. Age. You can't be 60 years old in leather strides.
He's Arsene Wenger.
Unless you are Twiggy.
He can wear anything he wants.
And if you're saying he's the female, the French Twiggy, the female Twiggy, I nearly said. Sorry, Twiggy, I've lost it. It's the pomegranate juice. What was your advice to Tayo about his laptop? Tayo left his laptop in the car.
In Hackney.
In Hackney.
I
Keith sends me a text going, I don't leave a Mars bar in a van in Hackney.
It's true. They will nick anything there. It's such a rookie mistake. It's like, oh no, I'll just leave a laptop
It's a
laying
schoolboy
around.
error.
My car.
error.
It's a schoolboy error. And that apparently is where they get all the car seats for the dugouts as well. We're going to wrap this shambles up. Do try and get hold of the iPhone app, and if you do, tell me what it's like, because I can't imagine such a thing. Email us, up for grabs at playbackmedia.co.uk. Keith, Ian, see you another time.
Thank you.
See you then.
Yeah.
Cheers.